Guys, I'm Tom Alibrando with IWI, part of the IWI Academy, and we're going to be talking about the Masada Slim pistol, taking it apart, putting it together. It's not that it's difficult, it's just different. So we're going to go through some of the things that you need to pay attention to before you actually start, cleaning your weapon first time you go to the range. We're going to lock the slide of the rear magazine is going to be out, and if you want to remove the magazine, you just push the magazine release button. The magazine will come out, and you'll lock the slide of the rear, and then you're going to verify that there's nothing in the chamber, bolt face, breech face, and mag well itself. The slide stop, you push it up as you lock the slide to the rear. That's what's going to hold it back. Now this is the first part of the procedure to actually disassemble the weapon. The slide has to be locked to the rear to take it apart initially. All right. Nomenclature: magazine release button, slide stop. This is the tear down lever right here. It doesn't come down in a traditional sense. It pushes forward. Now something you need to note: when the tear down lever is in the forward position, if you try to insert a magazine, it won't fit, it won't go in. And that's on purpose, okay? It also disables the sear inside the gun. So something to kind of think about. If you try to take the weapon apart and you have the magazine in and you try and push the tear down lever forward, it's not gonna happen. So you remember, you have to remove the magazine. It's a way to guarantee safety. So what we're gonna do is gonna push that tear down lever forward, all right, as far forward as it'll go, and then you're going to lower the slide. The technique that's going to work probably the best for you is if you kind of make a C with your thumb and your finger, grab behind the sight, or if you had an optic, you kind of grab in front of the optic. And what you're going to do is you're going to press it back, and what you have to do is align this half moon cut from the frame to the slide. It has to be aligned. And you're going to dig in there, and there's a small pin that's going to come out. That pin is essentially the teardown pin. It's what connects the frame and the slide together. You're going to remove that, set that off to the side, pull the slide all the way off. You don't have to pull the trigger on the Masada Slim to disassemble it. Then when you get to this point, what will happen sometimes is the recoil spring guide will dip down into the actual barrel itself. Just remove that, remove the barrel, and then the weapon is now disassembled and ready for cleaning. Okay. To put it back together again, you're going to reverse the order. Okay. Drop the barrel right back in. Now you notice there's two sides to the recoil spring guide. There's a fat side, right? It's a large round portion, and then there's a silver portion at the back that's got a little dimple that sticks out. You want to put the fat portion towards the front of the slide. It's going to go in one way, pretty much. There's a half moon cutout in the actual barrel itself, where the back of this recoil mechanism is going to fit into. And you want to center it up as much as possible. If it's off to one side or the other, it's not going to go onto the frame. When you put this on, it's going to go back, and then you're going to use that thumb and index finger technique and press it back to align the half moon cut with the frame itself. Now what has a tendency to happen is, you'll notice that the barrel can tip down, and if that happens, the pin won't go in. So you want to make sure that you kind of have the weapon almost upside down, so the barrel with gravity drops down. You take the pin, and when the pin goes in, there's a flat side. The flat side with a little cutout in it is going to face up towards the slide. Again, you pull that barrel up, you push it all the way in, and it should recess where it's flush. Now the slide won't lock to the rear if it's not all the way in. If it is all the way in, you lock it to the rear, take the tear down lever, push it to the back. It's ready to go. Weapon is now reassembled, and that's how you assemble, disassemble your Masada Slim pistol.